first, buddy now. What's up, guys?
Whoa, Chief. I thought you watched where you're walking here.
How about you pay attention to where you're standing, asshole?
I'm very busy wearing a turtleneck and drinking wine.
I see you've managed to find it already. There it is, Dale. Well done. Well done. I finally figured out the multi-stepped process it takes in order to do that, so I can now put uploads in the thing. Finally. It only took me like a year. Because I was in fact Google searching the wrong thing. You can't hear them. What do you mean you can't hear them? Can you hear me? You can hear me, okay? You can hear me. Okay, so he can hear it. Well, thank you for the... Was that a sub? You sub? You followed. Thank you for the follow, Catman. I appreciate that. I'm over here marketing, don't mind me. I find that if you're gonna post pictures of your private bits online, you gotta make it so that other people want to buy the pics of your private bits. You know, I'm sure you guys get it. It's kind of quiet. Okay, interesting. I have it on maximum volume. Maximum volume.
Damn it!
You're all right.
No, don't worry about me. I fell 2 stories. I'm fine.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it.
I'm very busy wearing a turtleneck and drinking wine. Like an asshole.
That is really quiet. That is really quiet. Okay. You're right. It's playing. I just can't hear it. Don't worry. We're gonna figure this out, guys. We did it. I've done worse. I've put my toes. It's not that I didn't believe you. I just wanted to make sure you was working correctly. You see, because if you didn't hear it, that's a whole different corrective process. You don't care. You don't care anymore. All right, that's fair. I suppose I can't blame you there.
I'm very busy wearing a turtleneck.
I suppose I can't blame you there.
I'm very busy wearing a turtleneck.
I suppose I can't blame you there.
I'm very busy wearing a turtleneck.
I suppose I can't blame you there.
Wine.
Yes, is that what happened? How about that, guys? Was that better? Was that better loudness? I think I fixed the issue. I think, but I don't know because I just have a guy making fun of me, and I can't deal with this emotionally. Just show up the support, get slapped in the face. I'll slap you in the face if you don't knock it off, Tisdale. I know the vague vicinity of where you live, Buster Brown. I know that if I were to wander around Indiana for a very indeterminate amount of time, I would find you. Who's making fun of me? Kara's constantly making fun of me. So does the whole internet. When you get doxxed. Oh, that's true. I guess I do have your address on a box. I could just expose it to the entire internet and get everybody to send you pictures of wiener dogs with their noses in sand. Would that make you happy, Tisdale? Would that finally be the thing that made you happy? Pictures of sandy wieners. Pepperidge Farms. Yo, good for them. Good for them. So does make fun of your show. You're just a happy boy, Tisdale. Just a happy guy. Just a happy guy. So hopefully in the next 2 days, our housing situation will finally be set in stone, and I know how much of my garbage I have to throw away, and that'll be a good feeling. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw everything away and only keep the Star Wars. Only the Star Wars. There's need to be wiener dog farms. Yeah, if you don't have a good troop of wiener dogs at your farm, you're gonna have a lot of stuff stolen. Three laps. Yeah. Oh, she playing Blood and Plunder? Talk about a controversial figure. Jeez. She pirate IRL. Yo. Listen to this hootenanny. This is the music from where I'm from. This is the song of my people. 2 dogs and 1 for meth. Well, you know. What's wrong with a little meth? Between friends, you know? Sometimes you wake up and you just need a big bowl of meth. So the plan for today is I have to finish this guy because this model is my points for the Summer of Plunder this week. So this model has to get done by Tuesday. So we're going to work on this guy, and then as soon as we're done, we can kind of deviate a little bit more than we might usually. But this one does have to get done first. Meth is the state bird of Florida. No, this is more of a Georgia. This is more of a Georgia theme. I will say, when I lived in Missouri, I listened to a lot of music like that. Summer Plunder. You could be playing Summer Plunder if you were cool, Tiz. If you did it, you could, you get a, if you start playing Summer Plunder, you can start going to restaurants and get the early bird special. You save hundreds of dollars over the course of 10 years. You see, I depowered you, Tisdale, by taking your joke away from you before you even had a chance to do it. I depowered you. You have no strength here. I don't want to eat a Joe dinner at 4 p.m. Being geriatric is fun, Tisdale. You'll get it eventually. So I was in the middle of working the the redeems and stuff. I was gonna do more, but unfortunately my day was very unusual today. I can't go into a lot of details due to legal reasons, but it was a very good day. I don't want to. The tournaments for Blood and Plunder are at the Cracker Barrel at 2 p.m. Dude, that is way too late for an old person. At 2 p.m., they're getting ready to go to bed. Those are the late. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Cord. You should have to play Blood and Plunder in a pool. The boat should have to float. I don't know if these would float. I don't think they would. I don't think these would float because they're soft. The plastic ones might, because there's actually an air pocket. But it's not like sealed. This might actually float. Because it's not like flat. This might. I don't know. Actually, I might have to test that. Maybe once I get the sale on there. I actually don't know. It was a good day. You beat the rap. We knew she was lying. Well, well, she wasn't lying. That was the problem. That's why I had to leave. Malfa models have broken me. Too small and too many pieces. Dude, yeah, it happens to everybody, Cord. So I picked up. You see, the nice thing about everybody complains about Infinity because it's made out of metal, but then Malifaux's sitting right there. It's just like, dude, put it in your bathtub. I don't have it. I live in the Northeast. We don't have enough room for a bathtub, Dizzy. What are you, insane? What do you think I am, rich? What do I look like? Some kind of rich person? So I was supposed to go play Old World today. And instead, I had to go to a theater. And I watched a play called Our Class, which is like a Holocaust tribute type thing. I don't know how to word it. It's a play about the Holocaust, and it was very good. Very, very, very good. But I got a phone call. I was in the car going to go play a miniatures game. I was going to play Old World with my Nurgle guys, right? And I got a random text. And usually, I'm not even looking at my phone most of the time. I just happened to look at my phone while I was driving, right before I started driving, and I got a text message from a certain person. And I looked at it, and she said, "Do you want some extra work?" I was like, "Sure." And then I found out what I was doing, and I was like, "Oh boy." So it was a very interesting day. Go throw it in the harbor. If I throw it, it's gonna sink. I guarantee it. It's too heavy. It's made of resin. Is Blood and Plunder about the Old World? So it's funny you say that because I think you could very easily make a rule set in the Old World. Since GW is not interested in making fun rule sets anymore, other than 40k and draining the will to live from, all nerds at the same time, which is very efficient of them. You could very easily insert stats for the stuff from like the old Man of War stuff. You could just do orcs. It was not a happy ending, no. Especially since I stuck around and watched the play. I hate to break it to you, the Holocaust does not end well. Other than the fact that it ends, which I guess is good. Like, I guess that means it ends well. The fact that it ends at all. Spoilers. Yeah, in case you haven't seen Schindler's List, I just spoiled Schindler's List. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it is a absolutely fantastic play. Highly recommended if you ever have the option to watch it. It had a big name in it. 40k is so objective based now. Yeah, I know, right? It's I don't know. I like games with objectives, don't get me wrong, but it seems now that if you make a game that's only objective based, it does remove a lot of the uncertainty of, or let me rephrase that. The uncertainty of like kind of randomness. I think they're kind of doomed no matter what they do, because you either make a game that's about randomness and fun and killing and all that, but then you have the people who like objectives and like certainty and all that. Then all of a sudden, like, the killing armies get better, but it's one of those things where I just don't think they can win. Which is fine. I'm never gonna play the game, so it's, you know, they can do whatever they want. Don't matter to me. It don't matter. None of this matters. I'm gonna play my little boat game. And you might hear Moulin Rouge in the background, so this video might get demonetized. The Holocaust ends well. There's a lot of information around that sentence that needs to be included in that quote, Tisdale. Random is yes. Blood Bowl is peak random, and that's why it has such an like hardcore fan base. Is because that's a game that's literally about fun. Which Steel Phalanx starter chord? Is it the old one or the new one? Was it Blackwind, or was it the old one with the skinny guys?
Going to watch a dude make Japanese wood block prints. I'll be back later.
Have fun. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Action. Okay, you got. I think that's Blackwind. It's the one with the super, really big guy with a big shield. Actually, I guess the shield's really not that big. It's called a hoplite. I've been in the game too long, Cord. Yeah, yeah. BB is the best community. I couldn't agree with you more, buddy. How could I what? I'm clipping. I'm clipping that one. Aha. Oh, might have to get rid of that one.
Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty, I want the booty, back up the booty, I need the booty, I like the booty, oh what a booty.
It's definitely a starter chord. What happens though is when people are getting into the game, they'll look up just like starter boxes, and sometimes those old ones will they'll pop out because they're like surprisingly cheap because the models in them are a little older. So a lot of times people will find those old starters, and everything in them is usable. It's just sometimes they pop up, and then people have a lot of questions. But I think the Steel Phalanx starter for Blackman was very good. The models in it are excellent.
What is a starter box? Do you use it to start, like, a fire?
You can. It depends on how hot it is and your region's fire codes, Dan. Some of them have specific ordinances that say you're not allowed to use miniatures gaming corrugated cardboard for starting arson. So it's been a big issue for the burgeoning arson community. They've been having a lot of trouble finding starting materials. Yeah. Good try. That was a good try. Good try, Dan. I gotta give you mad cred. Oh, 100%. That much polythyrene or whatever it's called in the air. That's probably not a very healthy. It's like a paraffin. It's like a paraffin. I can't answer the door right now. I'm trying to work, Dan.
This one will go in the square hole.
I'm trying to be professional, Dan. So I have tomorrow off. All I got to do is go look at houses tomorrow, so I think I will have enough time to kind of revamp all of the redeems. I still have the list. Liar! Dr.D is the one who knocks.
Say my name. Say it.
Say it. I am the man who knocks. 3 stream strong, just like Asimov's rules for robots. Dan, I don't know what the hell that means. But if you don't talk with that, if you don't stop with that kind of talk, I'm gonna think you're some kind of European. But to put it in perspective, I've had a very good day today. I think today I might have had a professional breakthrough, which is really cool. I'm going to call it specifically my traveling around, all the money I make from it, right? I'm going to call it my professional traveling around the United States playing Blood Bowl fund. Not that anybody would care. I mean, I don't even have a team yet. If I pick up more Aleph, what would you say is a good next step? Are you wanting to stay in Steel Phalanx, or do you want to go into, I guess, like a different version of Aleph? Because my opinion, this goes both ways. There's some people that argue both ways. I like to stick within a single sectorial because it kind of limits your options, and it helps you learn, in my opinion. Don't travel, pile up those fat stacks, and build a national chain of Kairos called Cairo King. It'll be like Burger King, but like backed. I'd stay Steel Phalanx for now. Yeah, there's definitely some pieces you definitely want to pick up for Steel Phalanx. Steel Phalanx is one of those lists that does not deviate very much. So you're probably going to get bored of it pretty quick. But it is very stable. So the things you're definitely going to want to get, you're going to want Phoenix. And Steel Phalanx may have changed a little bit since the last time I played. Or let me rephrase that. Since I was more in the meta. By the way, I could never open up a bunch of Cairo chains because that would require there to be a lot of Kairos who knew what the hell they were doing. There's not a lot of Kairos that can do what I'm doing. Steel Phalanx, I don't think Steel Phalanx is as bad as it used to be, Chris. Now that they've lost a couple of their key pieces. I went up against them last weekend and I crushed them. Killing wise, they beat me score. It was like 6-7 or something like that. It changed a lot of the past. Yeah, it's not the same thing. But the key pieces you're definitely gonna want Phoenix. I think Phoenix is still kind of like your bog standard boy. I think you're always going to want him. I don't remember what box he's in. Phoenix. I think Phoenix might be by himself. Yeah, Phoenix is by himself. I'm looking up what they have available. Just give me 1 second. I'm not ignoring you guys. Because I know they lost Achilles. You're definitely gonna want Ajax. Ajax, I think, is a big part of it now. Yeah, Ajax, Phoenix. You're probably gonna want Atalanta. These are all separate characters, which is really helpful. You're probably going to want that Myrmidon box, just so you have some smoke. And then I believe the Aleph expansion pack beta is probably going to be useful, because I believe that comes with Machion. I'm not sure if Machion is as good as he used to be. Yeah, that one comes with 3 named characters who I believe are all in Steel Phalanx, because Machion, I believe, is the Doctor, I think. And then you could also go with Hector. Hector's also a standalone. If you want to go tag, Agamemnon's a pretty good choice. And you're probably gonna want net rods. Crack it your way. Shut up, Chris. Jesus. Jay has played the faction before. He might be a little bit more in the weeds. I think Andromeda is still pretty good for what she is. She has her problems, but she is something to consider. Agamemnon is kind of required right now, from what I hear, because Aggie's just too good. Okay, so yeah, Agamemnon's probably not a bad choice then. Phoenix is one of the fewer point pieces that haven't changed. Yeah, Phoenix... Okay, so if you really want, like, if I were to buy one thing and I would always use it, Phoenix you are literally always going to use. Phoenix is insanely good in any situation. So yeah, let me kind of collect myself. I said, hey, literally buy a million things. The things I would definitely recommend, Phoenix would probably be at the top of my list. I would say you could probably live without Atalanta for a while, unless you like snipers. She's one of those characters that's really like divisive. Like you either really love her or you just can't, or you just don't like her. Andromeda is fine. The fork is good, but getting there to play, yeah. And I think at the very beginning when you're just learning the game, I think she might be a little much because she requires a lot of setup, but she's very good. I had a real butt of a time with her actually last weekend. She just got into that perfect little spot, and I just could not get rid of her. And she has a pet doggy. So if you like doggos. Andromeda's fine. Yeah, and that's what I said. I don't think Andromeda's required. I just think that she's one of those pieces that you later might pick up and be like, oh yeah, I kind of think I want to try her out. I think she'll kind of switch it up for me. Does that help? If you want like a single purchase to make, Phoenix is what you want. But if you're looking to save on shipping, I would go with Phoenix, Ajax, Agamemnon, and Aleph expansion pack beta. And you could go alpha if you want Charybdis. She's another one of those ones where people kind of like her. I'm sorry, Scylla, not Charybdis. Charybdis is the robot. So it that one kind of depends on your preference. All he has is Blackwind, so he's like brand new. I'm gonna collect it like I did War Machine slowly, so I paint what I get. Yeah, and I think that you're actually gonna paint Infinity a lot faster than War Machine, just because the models themselves are not as like big and bulky. So you might wanna like kind of like get ahead of it, you know. Thankfully, Steel Phalanx is a fairly like what's the right word? I don't want to say restricted is probably not the right way to put it, but the options are there, and you know what they are, and you don't deviate it from it much. Steel Phalanx is very much a you take it because you like a few of the like kind of like specific things in it, and then everything you take after that is kind of to taste. So to kind of make an analogy of it, you take Steel Phalanx because you like steak, and then at that point certain models are the meal, but then after that you kind of spice it with whatever it is you want. It's all delicious, it's just kind of what do you prefer. And Jay will argue with me no matter what I say just because he likes to argue. So I could say I like this character, but then he'll be like, well, yeah, that character sucks and you're stupid and blah, 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 like he likes to do. So, which is good thing in my opinion, because that means that there's no obvious answer. It's kind of more juice than beef at this point. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently that wasn't in for, but I'd still not thrown a Andromeda into every list. It's fine. I mean, when you're getting started, if you're playing against other people who are just getting started, the box is fine. We know someone locally who uses a lot of the parts in that box, and he doesn't actually do that bad. Gotta love Tavis. I just want to see D in the King outfit in some hilarious local commercials. I could just, I'll just get one of the crowns from Burger King. Have it your way. Agima are decent, but somewhat hard to use for a good player. Agima, I think, are very good. Especially if you like those, like, surprise-type antics. Because they just pop out of nowhere with a missile or a sniper rifle and they just blow somebody away. Or at least you hope. It's one of those units where, if they know they're playing against Steel Phalanx, they're specifically, after every time they move, they're like, they have to ask you a question. It's like, oh, these people have might have a Agima. Every single time they move a model, be like, are you going to Agima me? And you get to play the mind games. I apologize if you can hear the TV. 90 more HC on sniper only. Hidden deployment on sniper only. Oh, is that true? Ooh, that's interesting. I can appreciate that. Alright, I like that. I like to hear Thorakitai getting some love. Yep, he definitely lost grenades. Hippolyta is now only regular grenades, which, thank God. Even while I was abusing it, I did not like doing it. Hey man, I was one of the people that hated playing into Steel Phalanx, so I don't feel bad about any of the nerfs whatsoever.
Is this audio okay?
Yeah. Kara said she hates Steel Phalanx too. We all love Jay. If there's anything in this world that he is, it is opinionated. Well, he's a 500-year-old man. She's a woman. Chris says you're a woman of discernment.
Chris?
Yep.
Why does Chris say that?
Just take the goddamn compliment, woman, and shut up.
You like Audio J too?
Who knows? Maybe I'll have a decent Aleph and Orgoth in time for a con next year. Cord, like I said, if you ever come up for Everwinter, you could stay at our place. You just gotta pay for the flight. We'll even come pick you up. Sure, but they completely neutered every single piece that was being used in N4, and yeah, Morat's getting buffs. I don't understand. I've come to just stop trying to understand why CB do their whatever it is that they're doing with Combined Army. Combined Army is a cruel joke in Infinity. Because they have a little made-up rule in their head that there needs to be an army that's better than all the other ones for some stupid reason. And yeah, Cord, if you come up for Everwinter, you'll meet the professional casual crew because they come up to stream. And I go there, so I'll drive there. They make CV better because it's probably what the devs play. No. Well, I guess kinda. Their thinking is that they want the alien faction to be like the great evil in the setting, and they've essentially said that if you are playing against them in the minigame, they want people to feel like they're cheating. Which is fine from, I guess, a lore perspective, but when you're trying to play a competitive game, it doesn't make sense sometimes. I'm not saying that they're unbeatable, they're not, but when you play against them, you do have to sometimes scratch your head wondering why they have access to some of the things they do. Because she doesn't like saying, yeah, no, that's one of my favorite things about Kara. Is that she doesn't like Steel Phalanx. When we got together, that was one of the very first questions I asked on our first date. It's like, how do you feel about Steel Phalanx in the current Infinity meta? And she responded with that thing that just got me, it really got me interested in her. She said, "How did you get into my house?" It doesn't work that way in Infinity. But I agree with you. Like I said, they're not unbeatable. It's not like a pathological problem. But there's definitely a point where you play against them and you're just like, why? There's a couple things, like Morats are a great example of it. Like you're playing against Morats, and then there's a couple things you bump into where you're just like, why does this exist? Like Yowgats. Yowgats and the hackers. I forget what they're called off the top of my head. I'm sure someone will say it here in a second. Starts with a D or whatever. I can't remember. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, the hackers are just like, you're just like, what the fuck is this? They don't make them a competitor. Yeah, Yowgats are fine now since they lost the 3 BS. I mean, sure, I guess. Yeah, Dartok. Yeah, thank you, Dartoks. Yeah, Dartoks are just stupid. And then, what, Rindax are way too good now or something? Well, I guess Rindax have always been at least good. Rindax are solid. Tarion drop troops are 16-point EM times 2 temple with dough. Wonderful. Gotta love that. Very fancy. So guys, what's been going on with you? Tell me.
One photo that I lucked out at my ex and I lucked out at this convention was
Yeah, my son has a picture with me. Right
and
before he died.
it was his 90th at this
Yeah, yeah, like right before he died, my son got a picture with him, and I was super proud of him. Like, I don't need this stuff, but he.
I was going to say after I finish this guy, I might paint a War Machine model because I've kind of been missing it. Still trying to figure out why Bayou Gremlins need a monster. Just so you know, you pick literally the worst one. Anything in Bayou is going to be a million times more difficult to build than a lot of other stuff in Malifaux, and all Malifaux models are kind of bitch. You did it to yourself. You played yourself. That's the totem, isn't it? It's like young LaCroix or whatever they're called. I mean, you could have just bought that one box, man, just to paint it. Because I know you're more of a painter than a player, right, Cord? Like you have more time to paint than play, from what I remember. Picked it because dogs are done barking. I'll turn it back on. He's the hardest one to put together. Dude, it's a paradox with Weird. The smaller the model, the more difficult it is to build. The more parts. The smaller the model, the more parts it's going to be. It's legitimately infuriating. More than you and me should be a dog whistle. Yeah, bro. I would fucking kill you. Because Chung just doesn't stop. He's still going. Hi, Mike. Hi, I'm here. I ended up re-dirtying it up. It didn't work the way I wanted. I told you to just put the stuff on the bases. I told you. didn't want to listen to me. Still trying to figure out. I also don't understand their sculpting and sprue strategy. Most of the gremlins could have their faces just molded on, but they are separate. No, and most of the models do. It's just the gremlins don't. I don't understand why. Because it's dumb. Like I said, smaller the model, more pieces it will be. Just don't try and understand. It doesn't make sense. I know that they do it so that they can get more detail in the model, but quite honestly, they can eat my butthole. I mean, go ahead and learn, Mike. I was just trying to give you a shortcut. I hate to see you suffer, little baby boy. You're my little baby boy. It's the doctor in me, Mike. If I get more Malifaux, I'm going for Titania instead. Titania's the other one that's kind of bad, because all those like trees and stuff. Like the Weirdwood, the carnivorous Wildwood, or whatever it is consistently one of the worst. Is one of the models people complain about the most. Thankfully, you only need like one of them, I think. One of the new major. Some companies have internal competitions for making the smallest pieces. Yeah, well, those people can F right off. No shortcuts in edification. I got RAF, STL files, and he's going to print the quarter pipe ramp and rail escaper. Sweet. Sick. Or just go for yeah, Euripides. That's the funny thing. They're really big. They're going to be like 3 pieces. It doesn't make any sense. Euripides is also kind of cool. It's an interesting play mechanic. Again, I don't know what it's like in 4th edition. I haven't really touched the new edition, so a lot of that stuff could have changed. Yo, Jay, you gonna bring your tech decks? Sick, dude. That's ill. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm having a great stream so far. We should do a whip it out. So if anyone's interested, I think everybody here knows it, unless you can list it, Mike, just in case there's anybody new. We got one model in there. Oh yeah, Webway has signed the new lease. Webway will be moving at the end of August, confirmed. Congratulations, Webway. Which location do they decide to go with? Webway's moving just in time for when I move. It's probably gonna make it way harder to get to because I'm cursed, but that's okay. I hope they do well. Did they go for the small one? We're going to try and make this look like some kind of polished jewel. So once that dries, we're going to go super high contrast, I think, on that, up to like a white. I guess I'm going to try and make it look like diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. It's slightly closer to the highway. Shit. It's not that far away from current location. It's the same size technically, but not cursed neighbor. Not cursed neighbors. It's not a simple walk for me to give. Sheesh. That's awesome. Well, I love that. Tomorrow, to anybody who's been paying attention to the Dr.D trying to find a house situation, we are doing a house viewing tomorrow and a house viewing on Tuesday. So we'll have 3 options, and we will be picking one of those 3. All of them are in North Shore. So we're going to be much more accessible to everybody. And we're probably going to have a lot of... There's going to be... All of them kind of like at least one big room that we're going to turn into a game room, which will probably turn into like a recording room. So we could probably do battle reports, which we'll probably stream. So that's coming. Unless we don't like you, and then don't come, because we hate you. Thank you. I probably don't actually technically mean North Shore. I mean up in the Lexington area. So we're not going to be in Salem or in any of those areas. I say North Shore. When I say North Shore, I just mean anything north of the city. I know that's not technically correct. And if you're going to correct me, I don't care. Many people have tried. I will continue to ignore you. I'm going to miss all the ripping birthday parties and new webway. Yeah. Yeah, all the sweet quinceaneras and all that stuff. It's gonna be real sad when you don't have like random 16-year-old girls coming into the store wondering what the hell is going on. Is this the place that was like Brazilian friends for Raph? Because there was like he had like some connections through the Brazilian community or something? Is it this one? Is it that one? Which, if it is, that's cool, because that's like that is the definition of good networking. Don't care that you don't care. Lexington area is Metro West. Okay, Vizezo. Wilmar does not live in the North Shore. That's very incorrect. Continue to correct me. I don't care. I'm so sick and tired of the trying to communicate with you people. I pronounce your name, the names of your cities, correct most of the time. You should be happy enough with that. Is it going to be just like the show where you show us houses but don't tell us what you already bought on each? Yeah, and then I'm a like a jewelry maker of like friendship bracelets, and I have a freaking like fund of like 300 million or whatever. These are all for rentals. We've had to bid for rentals and we've lost. We had to bid for fucking rentals. It's stupid. So dumb. Walmart does not live in Rush Hour. No, this one is different. So how? Yeah, after. It's 3 a.m. after party at the tournament. go over to Mike's house. Dude, we're getting wasted, boys. It's not that far away. Don't care that you don't care. Lexington area is Metro West, so no, this one's different. Walmart does not live. What do you mean this one's different? Are you talking about the area thing? I sell clouds, my budget's 2.5 million. Yeah, exactly. If I put a Cairo, they're gonna be like, wow, didn't know they let poor people on the show. Could you imagine? I sell clouds. Painter J, has anyone ever told you that you're funny? That you're a funny Billy? I bet your bunny's really proud of you, Mr. Painter J.
I met the love of my life yesterday. It was life-changing knowing I have someone I am tied to and to finally see that in her.
Sure.
So we can now get off the mocking Mike train for not dating. Granted, I didn't talk to her, so she passed by, but I know she's out there.
It's true. She's just waiting for you to finally talk to her, Mike. It's exciting. The first step is realizing it, knowing your options. Also, anybody in the chat, don't play the game with Mike. Don't do it. He's got this like self-defeatist thing going on. I've actually put up a do you want to date this man? Do you want to date this man thing in my front office? Spin the Bottle is the greatest game to play with Mike. It's true, because as soon as you go for the smooch, he starts to cry, and then you have to smooch him. Thankfully, he's really moistened up from all the tears.
Did the police come for you advertising that you are trying to get a child a date?
You know what? I got a crisp $10 bill where you don't report it. I got I got an Abraham Lincoln with your name on it. An Abraham Lincoln with a few of his friends, George Washington. This is such a rad model, by the way. We will do a whip it out momentarily as soon as I finish this, and I'm gonna do a little preview of coming attractions. Alright, it's not self-destruct. You're Fanny. Did you? I'm easily bribed, but the Lincoln better not be a penny. It better be a quarter. Alright, we only got one model in Whip It Out right now. Fancy. Alright, I guess we'll have another one here in a second. We'll take pictures of your model, Mike. You must have made so much progress when you didn't listen to me, Mike. Huh? No whips, just finish a bunch of models today. Well, it doesn't have to be a whip, Jay. It's just called the Whip It Out. I mean, you could put finished models, that's fine. You just... It's called content. Content, Jay. There are rules. There are no rules. Very interesting. We live in a society. I guess if you want. It's funny you say that, Jay, because I constantly think that quote. Anytime something happens where I don't agree with it. It's like, we live in a society! I never make the joke, though, because I don't think anyone would ever get it. It's good to know there's another educated individual out there. It is also hotter than Satan's toenails in here, so I'm going to I'm turning it down. It was, yeah, when I got home from the theater, it was 76 degrees in here. And I took a cheese grater straight to my fingers. Just to distract me from the heat. It was very unproductive. Don't do that. Actually, let me rephrase that. Mike, do that. It'll make you feel better. Alright, here we go. I'm wearing my Nurglin shirt. See my shirt? I was reading something else. Take a cheese grater to your fingers. Alright, here we go. This is Wilma. He is painting the contents of the Bakunin starter box, which CB released at Adepticon 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Something like that. Not this year. I think it was last year. Phenomenal box. This is a Cenobite. with the rocket launcher. Cenobites are really, really good. Super solid model. Today, actually, I think it started. I did not get a chance to go just because of the weirdness that was today. Guys, let me tell you, I had a weird day. He is going to be... I will put these up in a sec, Jay. He's going to be painting this for his Slow Grow League at Alpha Omega, which apparently the segments of that will take place over about a month. I won't be able to go next weekend, but the weekend after that I should be able to play. We'll see. We'll see if people leave me alone. Probably not, but as of now, that's the plan. I worked in a restaurant. You can't trick somebody that already did that years ago. Yeah, that's how you get rid of your finger. That's how you get rid of your fingerprints so that they can't kick you out of the country or whatever. They can't deport you. I don't think that would help, actually. It'd probably make it a lot worse. But anyway, so yeah, this is the Cenobite. He's going with box art. Looks like red, black, and white. Phenomenal model. I like the red already. You can definitely tell the light refraction here. It's always a super good thing to do with armor because it makes it look very, very shiny. Looks really good. I have a feeling the red looks a little flat. I have a sneaking suspicion that's just because of the camera. Wilmar stuff is usually pretty great. And he might even be going back in there to darken it up a little bit later, but this looks really, really good. It is one of those unfortunate models where it has a thing it's standing on where it's going to always go against whatever is going on with the base. So it's a rock. You're like, all right, cool. What are you going to do? See, always knew Wilmar is one of the cool Nomad people. Yeah, I think it's the only army he has for Infinity, which is saying something, because usually he's the one that buys, like, a crap load of extra stuff. Alright, here's the flute. The Dutch masterpiece itself. She's been working on the black, the skids on the sides. I've been working on my brig at the same time. It's still not... there's a lot I got to do on the skids and the rim and the trim. There's going to be a lot of yellow. So that I will not work on stream because it's really big, hard to see, and it's just going to be really monotonous. You got the skids? Dude, sweet. Sick. I got my emotional support Nurgling shirt on. I was supposed to go play Nurgle today. Didn't work out, but, you know, there's always next time. Here's the calamity that is my desk. When we move, though, I'm hoping that it cleans up, you know. I'm sort of on call. There might be a chiropractic emergency thing that pops up. I don't think it will, but there might be a point where I have to, like, leave. Again, has a lot to do with what I did today. See, but yeah, it's looking good. I'm a big fan of the boat. She's gonna paint these red and blue to dignify or specify the ammunition and the fatigue boxes to put the dice in there, which I think is a pretty good idea. She said she's going to use the same colored dice. I think that's insane, but you know, it is what it is. It looks so good. And the cool thing is that this was a single coat of a contrast paint. This was Argos Dune, and it got the worn deck effect. So if you have a ship that you're trying to work on, Argos Dune makes a really, really good base deck. Because since this is where feet go, I guess you could put feet on there. It's probably less effective. But if you put your feet here, it's gonna, and when they scrub it with brushes and all that to keep the ship clean, the deck is always going to be a lighter brown than the rest of the boat. So the Argos Dune is really, really good for that. You could also do like maybe a skeleton horde type color. That's a lot of preference, but she's been doing white, blue, and also boat color on the side. It's kind of exciting. We'll see how it turns out. Alright, here's Jay. He looks like he's painted some kind of a succubus. Male and female. And a monkey. So, Painter Jay is one of the best painters in our area. He's probably a lot better than me. He's definitely a heck of a lot more prolific than me, that's for sure. But I don't know what this is for. He said he wanted to paint it for pirate stuff because we've been painting a lot of pirate stuff around here. But Obviously, this is really, really good. He even looks like he did a little bit of eyeshadow-ish type stuff there. He is a psychopath who paints eyes first as opposed to skin. So we don't talk to him because he's not a human. Wanted some pound cones. I have to paint him the tag. Yeah, I bet. But this is super, super effective. You can clearly tell that he used the space pretty effectively. This is a glazing type thing where people want to learn how to glaze. This is exactly how you do it, is you just leave most of it dark, you pick your high spots, and you just glaze up. That's how you do it, baby. Looks great. Good job, Jay. Also a banana. And a monkey. Really stellar job. Then we have Succubus. I don't know if there is... I don't know if there's a different name for male Succubus. Wanted some paint. So, obviously, this is a really cool way of... I guess you could call it volumes, where you have a model that is mostly one color, but you still create... yeah, that's right. Incubi. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what they're called. That's good. That's a good point. I glaze when someone is like explaining a lot to me, and I can't focus one bit on it. Yeah. Well, you know, that's a different kind of glaze. That's what we call a homonym. But you know, good job. It was an experiment where I didn't use red, so I would assume, based on that, that this is probably purple. Is this some kind of purple? When I paint my reds, funnily enough, I actually use a brown. I don't care about New England geography because you people are unreasonable to talk about it. Because you guys don't understand how this works. But yeah, these look great, obviously. I'm assuming this is purple with oranges, if I had to guess. Purple, look at that, I was right on it. Yellow, then a magenta wash. I've kind of been coming around on magenta washes. I'm actually kind of becoming a fan. Because that last AMG paint set thing that Monument put out has a magenta wash in it. I've been using it for skin. It's really nice. Use the code professional casual checkout to get yourself a discount. Trying no blending, more cell shading. Yeah, but you can tell because he just like put a dot. He put dots, which is fine. It works. That's a good way to do it with washes, because when you do that, it sort of like helps with the blend lines. Obviously, these are not competition pieces. Like that looks a little like the highlight line on these is a little stark, but I guarantee you it's because this isn't. He wasn't painting this to impress anybody, but it's really good. It's a here's the female version of the actual succubus. It's a very good example of what you can do with even like imperfect highlight lines. Because when you step away from the model, it doesn't really matter a lot of the times because you're not painting like a competition piece. So yeah, he says he spent 30 minutes on each of these. That's, you know, that's amazing for 30 minutes for sure. He went in there with a mission. I mean, this could even be like probably some dry brushing, especially for the red. Like maybe he did like the first couple color, like the first color, just slap it on there. Second color, maybe even like kind of, I don't want to say dry brush, but kind of real harsh lines. And then you just get progressively smaller on a brush. This is really good for army painting. This is great for army painting. I can't do this because I get real nitpicky. But then here's an opposite example. This one is a little bit more of a... this is probably a little bit more classic of a paint job. He probably painted it a similar way, but like as you can see here, like the highlight lines are a little bit cleaner, you know? It's also brighter. I would say this might even be a camera thing. Maybe less of the paint job. So the other ones might even be this bright. You can see the layers separately better on this one. Yeah, 100%. And so, like I said, these might even be the same red. It's just this one, because there's only a single picture and the light is there, it might look different. But it's interesting, right? So he painted it red and he didn't even use the color red, which is interesting, right? So this is a trick of the eye. It was really, really clever. Obviously, Jay is a very good painter. So yeah, these look great. The Incubi, especially. It's cool to see some of that inclusion, you know. No idea what he's using these for, but you know, you can see a lot of that. But yeah, these look great. And it goes to show you that we live in a society. We live in a society. So yeah, amazing job as always, my man. The one disappointing thing of having Jay around is that he won't play games with you. So he has these really, really super incredibly well-painted models, but he doesn't want to play anything with you. Because he hates me. All Reaper models, but the monkey is from Bad Squiddo. I don't think I've ever gotten anything from them. Have you ever... He's playing Trench Crusade, right? I don't know. Is he? I played you in more time. I wouldn't call that playing, for the record, Mr. J. You bullied me. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to use a little white on this kind of poopy brush, and we're going to do like a little bit of a dry brush stipple thing, because we want this to look like a harsh kind of crystal. So we just want to kind of be controlled with it. Man. Oh yeah, it was a preview of coming attractions. Hold on. Let me get to the point with this brush. So I got another Rum and Bones box for stuff I have planned, and I got a couple more models. I played you in more time. I just want to paint the models. I just want to paint the models for Trench Crusade. I punched your horse. I punched your horse. You did punch my horse. That's true. Also, that is one of the models that I might paint after this guy. Is I might paint the sniper cleric, just to kind of start getting that under the way. I have found out that Nova does not have a painting requirement. As much as I would like for everything to be painted, I don't know. I just don't know if I could ever do it again. I don't know if I can focus and paint an entire army before a con. But my weaknesses as a human being aside, I got a couple more models for Rum and Bones. One of them has already gone missing. It's probably around here somewhere. Anyway, but I got a new musician. I gotta get these guys on the right base and stuff, but I love this. I love this model. This is probably one of the coolest models Rum and Bones make. Please, for the love of God, focus. It is a guy with a magic guitar holding a bottle of some kind of alcohol, and he's a pirate boy. So he's gonna be a musician for Rum and Bones. Really cool model. I got Tinkerbell. So Tinkerbell, in that game, like, fairy tales are real and all that, so I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for. I might paint it. I might just kind of keep this one separate and paint it and use it for the narrative thing. Kind of like a good hero or something that might randomly join people. Because we do have Peter Pan on the way. So that might be a fun little project to do. It might just kind of be a good differential break. But it's Tinkerbell with a great sword, which is kind of interesting. And then this is one of the other main reasons we got that box. I don't know where that other model went. It's here somewhere, if I'm not sitting on it. That or the boys. One of the boys. There he is. Okay. You know, I'm gonna save one of my favorite ones for this one. This is Iron Claws. This will probably be the captain I use for when I get the Spanish going. He looks a little more French. But he has Vega-inspired, like, claws. It's a really cool model. Yeah, if you ever need hero models for Blood and Plunder, Rum and Bones makes some really fantastic models. And they're pretty easy to get a hold of because nobody plays the game anymore. So, there's a lot of places selling the boxes for pretty cheap. You get a lot of really cool characters. I got them all spread out. Yeah, like this one is Dante from Devil May Cry. But he's a buccaneer, which is amazing. So I'd use him as like a grizzled veteran or something. But yeah, this is the piece de resistance is Davy Jones, looking like his Cthulhu self, and his tentacles are holding onto a bunch of guns and swords. It's a really, really cool model. He's got 2 capes. That's how cool he is. Yeah, this is going to be a really fun model. I'm excited for this. So for the narrative league, he will be a he's going to be some kind of like raid boss. I think I'm going to do like a Davy Jones inspired raid thing where everybody works against one big enemy. We'll see if it's possible. We'll see if anybody's even interested in the narrative thing. I've tried getting some kind of like feedback on it, and all I've gotten is I got one person said don't do it, and then I've had a bunch of like middling, just like eh. So I might or may not do it. I don't know, but I'll do it for fun. And I figure, you know, whoever joins, joins. All I know is that Painter J won't join us. I don't know, maybe it's a good thing that Painter J doesn't join us, because I get to keep some pride. That looks fun. Yes, narrative. Yes. Enthusiastic. Yes. I guess Jade is not interested. Sorry, Jay. I'm gonna announce the first date for it as soon as I get internet back on my work computer, because I don't want to start planning it until I can actually work on it on my lunch breaks. But it's coming. It'll probably be in like a couple months. And that looks like a maybe for me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, a maybe. Gaming's a whole other hobby. Is it though? But it's a fun hobby. All right, so like I said, we're gonna hopefully make this kind of look like some kind of gem jewel type effect. And the way that works is you get it really, really rough white looking with a really dark tone underneath it, because we're trying to go for like a light refraction type look. And we're gonna hit it with a wash, and that's gonna bring back the deep recesses. But yeah, the narrative thing is going to be Blood and Plunder, but there will be like magic and undead and all that stuff. And there's a lot of really cool ideas I got floating around the back of my head. There'll be some empire building, so I think certain players, the people that show up the most, of course, can probably like build cities and stuff like that. That'll influence the way the game works and the factions and all that stuff. Alright, so we're going to come in here with this wash, or this glaze, I guess I should say. It's technically more of a glaze. We're going to come in here and kind of put the dark back in. And we're looking for high contrast here, because that's how you get that gem effect. And I want to make sure the liquid gets into those recesses. And we're going to go over it again with that white until we get to the happy spot. And then at that point we just kind of fiddle it. We just fiddle till we're happy. But the edges have to be white. Okay, give that a sec to dry. Yeah, and the whole goal of the narrative thing is I can't get D&D or well RPG groups to work anymore, so I'm just going to write a story and then get miniatures gamers to do it for me. Hi, Wilmar. I had full
Awooga.
I had full intention to come see you today, Wilmar, and my day went super weird. I had the stuff for you in my car. I was going to go play a game of Old World and then stop by AO because I had some extra time. And I got a phone call and my day went wild. In a good way. Happy birthday, Wilmar. You can't get the video thing to play. Okay, I might try and fix that for tomorrow. There are a few new redeems. I did figure out how to get YouTube stuff into GIFs, and I was able to do a couple today. Like I said, I was hoping to do more, but my day went really weird. There's a couple bits ones, and there's a couple channel ones, I think. Alright, so this is that magenta wash I was talking about. It has some really good contrast for skin. At least I thought I did. Yeah, this one.
Uh-oh, Carl. Here comes your first buddy now. What's up, guy?
Whoa, 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 Chief! How about you watch where you're walking here?
How about you pay attention to where you're standing, asshole?
And we are simulating light refraction. So we kind of want it to look speckled in a way. What do you think of that, Painter J? Anything you can think of on that one to make it look more like a more crystally?
Oh, so now it's the main brain?
Yeah, that one's coming. I haven't got that one in there yet. It's on the way. So now it's the main brain. Where's the bit? The bit redeems.
Howdy
Thank you.
all.
Thank you for the resub, Ernie. I appreciate that, buddy. I'm just trying my best out here. How do you do? Where's the redeemable bits? Should be right here. That's stickers. Oh, here it is. Emotional damage.
Halt! Sir, you can't enter the United Nations with that weapon.
It's all right, soldier. Mr. Sampson is my bodyguard.
Just the same, Doctor. No weapons allowed. I'll have to confiscate it.
Go ahead. Take it from me.
Classic. Take it from me. And then the long-awaited.
I don't dance. That's I'm totally wasted.
All right, then let's get wasted.
Alive!
I finally did it, Wilmar. It was the emote that was promised. Yeah, 100%. Alive! It's a fantastic cover. I mean, I think Rob Plant should kind of just give up on music at this point because he's been outdone. He got played. Don't you hate it when the cover's better than the original song? Chris, were you here for the one that you requested? It is in there now. So tomorrow there should be more new ones. Like I said, I was finally able to figure out a process for me to get them in there. But I didn't get a chance to really start working on them until I got home from being in Cairo. Which didn't leave me a lot of time. I didn't even get a chance to eat. So instead of eating, I decided to do that. Ernie, were you finally able to give him his stuff? Mr. Wilmar, did you finally get a chance to give him all the stuff for the boards? Yeah, and by the way, Wilmar, I will be there. I can't be there next weekend because I got to go to a Warhammer Old World thing, which I promised to be at. Again, that has a lot to do with today. And then the week after that, I should be able to go to AO. Oh, sweet, man. Congratulations, but that felt good. Speaking of house, any news from the apartment front? So tomorrow I go to a viewing, and then Tuesday on my lunch break I go to a viewing. After that, we'll make a decision. So Tuesday we should know. Packing up things as we speak for the other 2 packages I need to send out. Oh yeah, we used it today. I had 5 people, but that's awesome. 5 people. Were any of them AO employees? Out of curiosity. As I said before, Doc, the messed up part is that song is for Plant's daughter. Yeah, I know it is. Packing up things as we speak for those things in my house. Dude, it's such a good feeling getting crap out of the house. It's such a good feeling. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've matured in a way where, like, the stuff in my house, I just don't want it, you know? If something, it's weird. Blood and Plunder kind of did a thing for me where it's like, it helped me kind of hone in on something, which I was doing with Infinity. So what helped is I've learned to hone in on the thing that if there's a game I'm going to play more than anything else, you know, obviously you want to hone in on that. Because with Kara being here, that's going to be the thing I probably play the most because she wants to play it, because she just can't play Infinity. More room for War Machine? Kinda, yeah. I already have most of Gravediggers at this point. I just need the auxiliary expansion or whatever, the one with all the commandos and stuff in it, which is like $175 or whatever. I'm not in a rush to buy it. But once I buy that, I think I have all of the Gravediggers stuff. Oh, I don't have... I'm sorry, I don't have the starter for them. I don't have Harkin or whatever his name is. Yeah, thank you, Ernie. But we'll be significantly closer to the highway, so getting to my place is going to be very easy. Which is good. obviously. Okay. So we got to finish the black. And then we essentially at that point have to just wrap up stuff and just do the metallics. So the metallics always the thing you want. I always do last anyway. Oh, I'm sorry, and we gotta do the guns. Sorry, I forgot about the wood. Oh crap, I gotta do the barrels. But for my Argoth, all I need is my Colossus for Oath. Yeah, so actually, I was looking at that chord. Signar does not have a Colossus, but they have a really big tag. So apparently they kind of needle that line. They don't have a Colossus, but they do happen to have just a really, really big tag for the new edition. And knowing me, I'll probably get Storm Legion at some point, just because I think they look really sick. But again, that is not a game I'm playing a ton of. And I think I'm probably only going to be playing it with one person locally. So a lot of it's just going to have to be with how much we play it, obviously. That one is going to be very income dependent. That's the one I don't foresee spending a ton of money on. Yeah, Super Heavy Jag, yeah. So it's not technically a Colossus, but it's very much in the same vein. Whether it's any good or not, we'll see, but... I think the next model I paint after this will probably be a War Machine model, because I just want to break. It'll either be that or a Cyberpunk model, just for somebody else, just to kind of keep the train going. So yeah, the towns that we're looking at currently are Waltham, Westford. Might be Westford. There's one. The one in Waltham. There's one in Lexington itself, and then another one in. I want to say it's Westford. I think it's Westford. Which, if anybody's wondering, I guess is not technically the North Shore area. I think my model completion rate has actually been kind of taking a hit. I failed you guys. I wanted to be the hero of the story, but, you know, it's hard to compete with the likes of Painter J. I just cannot get this white to where I want it. Gemstones. I will say one of the downsides of painting Blood and Plunder stuff is that the bases are so small they don't really fit in paint holders very well. That is one of the eternal downsides of these things. What next? I will say one thing is all this house hunting has definitely hurt my gaming average for Summer of Plunder. I've only been able to play one game this week. They're gonna think I'm slacking. There should hopefully be an episode that comes out tomorrow. Kara said that she was gonna edit it, but I don't think she has, which is legitimately pretty irritating. But I will make sure it's done tonight or early tomorrow. So it'll come out tomorrow if nothing else. Gotta lose your top 15, right? Yeah, I think I've already lost it at this point. A nice heavy jacket, keep the ocean breezes up. That's true. I don't want the breeze. Listen, I love the... Listen, X-Baxis, right now, I would love a good breeze. That's the only thing that keeps New England super pleasant right now because of all this heat. It hasn't gotten so bad that I don't drive without the window down, but there's definitely been some swelters. Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be pretty damn hot. Got to get those rookie numbers. So the good news about that game is I can actually play it by myself. That's the nice thing about the Firelock games is that they know since it's a historical game, no one's gonna want to play with you. So they actually have solo play rules. So I might have to I completely forgot what I was saying. I was so concentrated on the paint list. That's kind of that's the vibe I was getting. You know? That's good. Dan says you're the bestest. Okay.
Your wet palette is very full of color.
There's a lot of empty room. You guys just get the business end of it.
I gave him some new construction paper that's not, messed it up for you guys, so you can have a pretty view.
I forget what I was doing something. I think it was the hull of the boat. It was definitely it's messy stuff. I'm taking my Nurgle team down to Alabama for Halloween. that's a great idea.
Ew! Nobody should ever visit Alabama. You need a passport to go down there. Gross.
So if I go there with you, does that mean that we have to have a Nurgle off? Like, do we have to like cough into each other's mouths and play Rochambeau? Yeah, buddy's back in St. Louis. We're saying it felt like 100 there. Another reason I'm happy to be in Boston. Well, it's gonna be 100 tomorrow, because we're about to get hit by that heat wave that hit them. Yeah, whatever weather Missouri gets, we get about 2 days later. I've learned from my mom. I went there in June. I will cough in your mouth like nothing has ever done for you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Dan. Thank you. I'm hoping that I can just get the Dan special, the 111, you know. How much did the trip cost you, roughly speaking, Dan? So if I plan on doing it, like how much can I expect to pay? Because did you get a hotel or did you stay with Pony? If you don't mind me asking. Because I'm assuming it's not like it's not like, well, Alabama in general is not very expensive, but 190 total. Does that include the flight? Or no, you said you said you drove, right? It was mostly the hotel. Yeah, that makes sense. No, you said you flew. Yeah, you said you had a red eye, right? Yeah, 190 for a hotel stay. If that's like whatever. The flight was 11. It was $11 after miles. Which airport did you go into? Because I have miles on United and. No, United doesn't go anywhere important anymore since Adepticon moved. So I don't know what to do with those miles. Like, where did you fly into? And I'm paying like $500 a year for miles that I'm not even going to be able to use, which I wasn't super happy about. Huntsville, I flew American. United goes there. Oh, United does go there. Okay, Huntsville. I'm gonna check it right now. Huntsville, Alabama. How much is this gonna cost? Round trip, roughly speaking, is gonna cost me about $300 before miles. Okay. If that's how I have to use my miles, sure. 3 flights between Orlando, or I'm sorry, that's O'Hare. Did you go through O'Hare? 3 flights between Huntsville 3. That's cool. Okay. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, it looks like. Well, I just closed it, but yeah, it looked like there was a couple. Yeah, you're going through O'Hara, right? I can't believe I've been saving all these miles to go to friggin' Alabama. Although I may look at Milwaukee. Man, it's funny where life takes us, you know. So I can play a game I don't play very often. So once the streaming thing takes off, that might be something we stream. Is we might stream Blood Bowl, because it seems like it'd be really easy. There supposedly is a YouTube video that Mike has been working on for like the past couple months. You know, we'll see. We'll see if that ever sees the light of day. It was not a great game. I'm just gonna put it out there. Please come to Boston in the springtime. Please come to Boston. I live in Boston, Dan. Where is it, Mike? Huh? I told you you're trying to make it too complicated. Understand there might be Elite 8 Showdown videos coming soon, but I passed out 3 times already holding my breath. Yeah, it's one of those things. When you're relying on Tim, you just don't know. And now with his new job, when he gets, I think it's like when he gets home, he just gets very distracted because his kids are like still awake or whatever, you know.
On second thought, stay out of Boston, Dylan.
Well, I'm in Boston. I can't leave Boston. I literally live in it. Oh, shit, if I can get the computer working at my office with a good enough connection, I will probably work on videos there on my lunch break. My lunch breaks are pretty open. As long as I don't have to do anything work-related, I can pretty much do whatever I want while I'm eating lunch. Let's get it. I legit haven't touched it because I kind of failed on finding music. It's not complicated. The video's in order. Just need something for background noise because we got awkward silence. Just get a, Just literally Google background music.
Damn it!
You're all right.
No, don't worry about me. I fell 2 stories. I'm fine.
There's new redeems. New redeems. Just get Carl to do the cover of the ocean. Yeah, there you go. That'll bring him in. Ba-da-da-da-doo. Singing in the sunshine, singing in the rain. Ooh, ah. And where are these redeems? Are they in the room with us? Yeah, they sure are. Slamming Zim and talking Tim. Woohoo! Say no more. Yeah, how many episodes is that? How many episodes of that has come out? Because he started a new one, right? I haven't actually had a chance to listen to it yet. I know one episode before it came out. Has there been any more? This man is quite the mane of hair. It's probably good that he's a pirate, because I don't think they would let him in the Navy with hair like this.
R.A. you sure he's a pirate?
The box he came in, he was a pirate captain, yeah. He was in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen box for Rum and Bones. In my game, he will not be. He'll be more of a privateer. So, you know, a legalized pirate, and then maybe a Navy captain. But he works for the English pretty much exclusively, you know. He's a hardworking guy. He's just trying to pay them bills. Queen Anne's War, Dan. I are pretty sure.
Are you really sure?
I am very sure, yes. Gotta love a text-to-speech, you know. It read that perfectly. I don't think I have to wake up early tomorrow, so that means I can actually get some things done tonight. I don't. I don't have shit to do tomorrow, other than the house thing. And that's a rare thing. Now that we can't play videos, it's no longer fun. Which other TTS? The one that gives it an accent? The one that people were complaining about? Because they don't like fun? And by them, I mean Wilmar. Wilmar knew what kind of stream this was, and he came in here expecting something completely different. We had to conform to him. So, everybody, I just want you guys to know that. No, the first one I redeemed like 5 minutes ago. Oh, you mean like the the quality of it? Yeah, my bad. Racist stream. Thank you. I will, Dan. I hope you have a wonderful night, my friend. Pleasure as always to talk to you, sir. I doubt I will have a chance to even hug Kara, because she's probably going to go to bed before the stream is over. Pure white. Hello, streamers! 19 of you guys. Wow. Thanks for being here, guys. Wilmar reminded everybody what kind of stream we're running, and then boom, they all just popped in. Thank you, Wilmar. Alright, so that's done. So now it's just metallics. And I love that. That means we're getting close. We're getting real close being done. So I am going to do a little bit of extra touching up on the white, just because that stuff has got to look good. Otherwise this guy is going to look like butts. And I'm going to be real nitpicky here, because I think that even if I were to just leave it exactly the way it is, I don't think anyone would even care or notice. But that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah, Wilmar, did you answer that question I asked earlier about if any of the store employees were at AO today? If you did, I did not see it. And that question needs an answer. One of them was there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Good for them. Took a wild guess as to which one, but you'll get it wrong. Take a wild guess? Okay, I would assume it's probably Ben, right? If you tell me it's Josh, I'll be legitimately shocked. Oh, not Josh. Jake, sorry. It was Andre since he lives there. Oh, right, right. Sorry. that makes sense, given the circumstances. Okay, well, okay, you got me on the technicality on that one. I don't really think of him as an employee, but which is weird because he's the only employee I ever see. The irony. That was a pretty good guess that I wasn't gonna get that right. You know, I continue to applaud the man for using that discount. I mean, especially if it's something you wanted to do anyway, you know. Andre's living in 2050, you know. So here's a question for you guys. If we did battle reports, would you guys require painting? I know it's preferred, right? You don't have to tell me that, but would people here actually be upsetty spaghetti if we played with unpainted models? Maybe not upset. Maybe upset's probably not the right word. Would you be severely disappointed? I would write a strongly worded letter to John Twitch. Oh my god. That's worth considering. I guess I never really considered John Twitch to be a factor. But I suppose it makes sense. That's fair. That's a good point. That's a fair point, Mr. Wilmar. Alright, let's hit this with a green wash. One of my favorite things to do with gold to make it look more interesting. Very difficult to do on white. Because if any of that wash gets in the wrong spot, white is going to tell you. So you just put a little on a brush, give it a little dab. Just a little poke. Boop. 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 Alright, then we start painting the metal. The metal shall live on. Interesting. John Twitch. Alright. Oop, forgot the hat. There's a lot of gold on that hat. Again, very good attendance today. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I am always down for recommendations on what to paint next, or if anybody needs help with anything. I like to think I'm at least okay at painting. Enough people ask me to do it, and they give me money sometimes, so I feel like I'm not that bad. But, you know. I've also been told that I'm usually pretty hard on myself, so who knows? Who actually knows? I'm always hard on myself, and then I got people like Wilmar who tell me I'm a scumbag. So I don't know who to believe. I'll be quite honest. Not me. Don't believe me. Why would I not believe you, Mike? I thought you were the one of the, like, that statue where one speaks truth and the other one speaks lies. Wilmar usually calls you a T-Rex. Well, that's more of a Devon thing, I think. That's a Devon thing. But he does say that I have pathetic arms. Yeah, I do remember him saying that. Yeah. I call him a lot of things. Also true. Yeah, that's definitely true. What of it he means? That's the hard thing to discern, you know? Because I have a feeling that deep down inside Wilmar, there's a pretty nice guy, but you have to really kind of grind through some of it. I haven't said pathetic, not yet anyways, waiting for Dylan to meet a real low place to use that one. Alright, well, you know, I appreciate that you're You're keeping those real weapons hidden away for the big time. Once I move, hopefully, that's the time to really hit the gym again. Because my commute is about to go from an hour to potentially 6 minutes. Which is pretty good for someone who can't work from home. Six-minute commute, 3-hour work days. Dylan is getting a good 3-hour work days. One of my days is 4 hours, okay? And that's a half day, thank you. But that's usually the day I go drive places and go do Cairo somewhere else. You know, whether it be the ballet or the theater or whatever. So that'll be the day I drive the most, actually. Because at that point it gets kind of tricky, because now I have to pay for parking. What I could always do, though, is when I'm driving into the city to go to the ballet, which I guess I could do.
Sometimes I even get out of bed and think out my job. It's tiring, Dylan, probably.
What I'm thinking is I might just, when I gotta go into the ballet, I might just literally park in my old parking spot, like in the house parking spot, and just walk or use the bus, so I don't have to pay for downtown parking. Save myself a couple bucks. Because if you live in Massachusetts, especially if you live in the city, you gotta worry about parking. Especially on a weekday. And I have a distinctive feeling that once I actually fully take over the business, I'm probably going to be there some days a lot more than others, just because I got to do stuff like payroll and, you know, business stuff. So long as you get me my models before that, all is well. I mean, you're gonna get your models. Oh, you'll get your goddamn models. I mean, it goes to stay that me being a business owner, 100%, I will be making time to be playing some games. That is for sure. Unless Johnny Law gets me for some reason, you know. Which we'd hate to see that. We'd hate to see that. I'm always a little worried. I'm always worried about the IRS. Where will I be playing? I don't know, probably AO. Or AO, probably Webway. Getting to Alpha Omega probably won't. It'll probably be faster if I move up north, just because of how insanely stupid where this house is. the way that the boroughs work. It's so dumb. Because the Jamaica Plains, Rosendale area, the way the highways are set up is just stupid. Where will you be playing? Huh? Mister? Is he done? By God, I think he might be done. There you go, guys. We did it. We finished this boy. I got my points. I got my Summer of Plunder points. All bow. All bow before me. Oh, we gotta paint the gray. Bright neutral gray. Also, Wilmar, I mean, you're probably gonna come over to my place at some point, right? To play. Like I said, it's a lot easier for me to come get you. Yeah, Mike will be real close too. I'll be actually, quite honestly, just because I'm not in the city, I'll be a hell of a lot closer to pretty much everybody. I mean, how else will we play our yearly Batman game? Like I said, I want to be stated for the record, I was the one that was ready, which is wild. That is not usually the case. Coast. Is that a lyric from Cascada? Is that a Cascada lyric? Because every time we touch, I get this feeling. Oh my God, can we... Dude, you guys should come over. We'll have a LAN party. Dude! We're gonna LAN Sins of a Solar Empire 2. I mean, dude, who doesn't love a LAN party? I remember the last LAN party I did, man. It was a blast. Because I was in community college, so that must have been 2000. 2013?
13 my ass.
Because I graduated high school 2000.
2008 was the last time anybody was having a LAN party.
Because I graduated from high school 2010, and I was doing it with an old friend of mine named Waylon. And also, once I owned the business, I was actually talking to other people about this. We could even do stuff at the office, too. Like, I might just leave model stuff there. Like a table. Yo, dude, end of the workday. Couple of beers. I'm gonna go to sleep. Bye. Alright, Mike. Bye-bye. I was talking about really cool stuff, but you're gonna leave. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna work on the rim a tiny bit, but this boyo's done. Yeah, Chris, you'd be perfect. Imagine end of the workday. Can't do it on Thursdays though, because there will be some other people in the office. But the end, like on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday kind of thing, it's on. I've been not sleeping, so I've been weirder than normal on everything. Well, then go to bed, man. Hope you sleep tight. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you Tuesday. Maybe we'll touch each other's booties. Bada boom, baby, bada boom. That's what we call a finished model. Bink. All right. So, guys, who's here? I'm gonna take some votes. Do you guys want me to paint this, Mr. Sniper, or do you want me to paint the leader of the Black 13 gun mage? Which one do you think would be more interesting? They both got to get painted, of course. And we will work on that and probably continue it into... Well, tomorrow we definitely got to paint Blunt Putter because it's Monday, so we'll see. We'll see what we're doing tomorrow. But I get to put a finished model into my thing. Oh, Robert Beetlebug. He is technically kit bashed. 128 models done, baby. We got one vote for the sniper. I doubt we're going to get any other votes. So let me look up the colors I use to paint the uniforms. Alright, well, we got 1 vote for Sniper, so I guess we're going with Sniper. As you can see, we already have a base coat of the skin and the uniform color, which is going to come out looking like a gray. So since we're playing Red Brigade, there has to be a red motif that goes through this stuff. So what I've thought is I think I'm going to do a really patchwork red cloak on this guy, because he doesn't really have much in the way of metal, because he's not wearing armor, because he's a sniper. You know, why would you wear a lot of armor when you're a sniper? So what I think I'm going to do is go with a really beat up looking leather red cloak. Because with me, I'm going to paint all of the armor in red. Chris, are you playing this with us? Are you playing Trench Crusade? I know you like to limit your games and all that. I know. You don't have to explain it to me, but I don't remember if you said you were going to do this one with us. Alright, and then we move up into a cool gray, which we're going to mix with the blue to kind of give it a really cool looking transition. Just to kind of keep it interesting, because if I only painted it gray, it would be kind of boring looking, in all honesty. Did I put cool gray up here? I like cool gray. Cool gray is a cool color. It's one of the new AMG ones. I don't remember which of the sets it is, but this is actually a pretty good gray. I find it a lot more interesting than some of the other grays that are in other sets. I find gray, I'm really picky about my grays, because I find most of the time gray is just kind of a boring color. Trench Crusade is a hard pass aesthetic. Yeah, you gotta like the aesthetic for sure. It's fine. If you like the grimdark thing, if it wasn't World War I probably wouldn't care. I'm coming at it from the historical standpoint, where I just think it's kind of cool to have like a Crusades era, you know, like if the Crusades happened in, you know, World War I just think that's kind of a neat idea. I like the historical aspect of it. I agree. I've kind of fallen out of favor with the grimdark thing. I think it's kind of been overdone. I don't think I'm getting called for Cairo. Like I said, I think it's fine. The game itself, I think, is fine. I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever made or whatever, but I think it's very good at getting its point across. But we will be painting up a lot of new Antioch here. And if anybody wants me to potentially paint something else from another faction, I probably will be open to it. Just because kind of curious, you know, see what I can do. But there's no way in hell I'm buying more than one faction for this game. I might buy the Britannia when it comes out, just because I love the idea of that. You giant World War I moving battleship fortress British people. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I'm all in on that, baby. But it's definitely a game where I get to be a little bit more willy-nilly with the weathering, which is just kind of fun. Now, out of curiosity, would you play Trench or would you play Blood and Valor at some point, Chris? That's the Blood and Plunder World War I game. Or are you just not like a World War I guy? I know you seem interested in bayonets. I always thought GW did a good job appropriating demon tropes and making it their own thing, the four Runa's powers and such. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm obviously into that. I'm a Nurgle fan, so... I mean, I'm wearing literally a Nurgle shirt, so... It's not like I'm against it. I agree. It kind of moves it away from that, like, Satan thing, you know? Trench Crusade's definitely leaning into the hardcore Christian myth, though, you know? Which, again, I could see that being hit or miss for people. I definitely don't blame anybody for finding that interesting or not. It's like, do you like the Baroqueness of it, you know? But in the case of Trench Crusade, they seem to have neglected to file off the serial numbers. Well, yeah, well, I think that's kind of the point, you know, is they definitely wanted to push into actual religious myths. Which I think can definitely be hit or miss. Like, you know, that's one of the nice things about, you know, GW is like, you don't have to play Saint Michael, you can just play Saint Gwinius, right? It's clearly like inspired by, but you don't have to, you know, have the religious undertones of having Saint Michael. As just an example, right? I do love how it challenges GW's hegemony at the top. I do think that the game will eventually kind of lose some momentum. I think when it first came out, when the rules came out, it definitely had a lot of interest. I do think it is a game that will prevail for a very, very long time. It'll definitely be one of the ones that people kind of know about, I think, but I do think it'll eventually it'll slow down, I think. War Machine's the same way. I think right now War Machine kind of had a surge just because of Steamforge taking over, but I do think it'll probably slow down at some point. Not because it's bad, but it's just because there's going to be another game that comes out that's just going to steal the ADHD people. Alright, and so what we're going to do is we're literally just going to take this color, and we're just going to slowly but surely turn it more and more gray. And you might think to yourself, wow, Dylan's crazy, but it will slowly turn gray. Tricky to play with myths that millions of people take as, you know, like true. Yeah, I know, right? And they've even said when we were in the seminar for it that they know, like, some people are going to have, like, problems with it or whatever, and they are going to even say that in the game there is no one true faith kind of thing. Like, there is no right answer. Where there's going to be, you know, the Christian faith doing its thing, but there's going to be other, like, religions at play, right? So there's going to be, like, Hinduism is going to be a thing, you know. The game is not going to say, oh, hey, Catholicism is correct. Which I thought was interesting. Like I said, if it wasn't World War I, I probably wouldn't care really all that much, but I just love World War I is probably one of my like favorite kind of like looks, you know. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite war. Technically, no war is my favorite per se, but you know what I mean. It's just like the aesthetic of it. I think is very interesting. It's definitely not done enough, in my opinion. Because like World War I, man, you want to talk about a horrific like war. It's just, yeah. I'm amazed more people haven't done more with it, especially as far as like horror games go. But they finally started doing that, right? There's been a couple of World War I horror games that have come out recently that have been phenomenal. Yeah, Chris, I don't blame you. I don't, like I said, there's definitely no animosity from me on that one. But again, would you play a historical World War I game? Would you find that interesting? Like, it's not the World War I thing that gets you, it's the religious thing. I assume. And I, of course, am coming at this from somebody who does not have, like, an issue with, you know, coming at it from, like, a faith standpoint, because I'm definitely firmly in the I don't believe in any of it camp, which makes it easy for me to kind of disconnect from anything that people might have issues with, which I 100% understand that people might. Like, you know, if you do believe that Satan is real and glorifying him is something that you see people doing, you know, I get how that can make somebody upset. 100%. I'm with you. I get it. Yes, it's raw sacrilegious. Okay, yeah, right. And that's what and that's why it's easy for me. Like, I like the aesthetic of it just because I like the part of it that's not the religious part, and I don't really have a problem with the religious part. Which I think they are aware is not for everybody. Because I think at least the creators are respectful enough to be mindful of it. They may not be respectful enough to like just be like, we're not going to do this because we know it's going to offend people or whatever. But you know, they had an idea, they made it, and I think the people that are going to enjoy it are going to enjoy it, and the people that don't are going to, you know, get upset that it exists or whatever. It's funny because I went to a play today, which I've been talking about. You know, I went and saw Our Class, which is that Holocaust reminding type situation. You know, where you're just like the whole general like I guess idea of the play is that it takes a class of kids before the war breaks out, World War II that is. And it goes to show, it's like these people were fine living with each other. And they had their like differences or whatever, like, you know, there was Jews and there was Catholics and, you know, the Polish people, blah, blah, blah. And they were all living together, and there really was no, like, animosity per se. But then once you add in that, the war stuff, you know, once you start adding in, like, nationalism, it started to create issues, right? Because people wanted reasons to kill each other, essentially. And so you saw some of the people take it too far, and obviously people got really hurt because of it. And it's interesting to see that primarily from a religious standpoint, at least in the play it was. Because, I don't want to spoil it if anybody's interested in watching it. It's a very good play. I think it handles it very well. So if you're interested at all in kind of like what might have happened to families and stuff like that during World War II, and not so much like the actual like fighting part of World War II, it's very interesting. Although I will say that it takes a couple swipes at Catholicism. I will say that it definitely has a bias towards the Jewish community. And I guess I'll leave it at that. Like, I would say I would not be surprised if the writer was Jewish. But I very much enjoyed it. And as you can see, this thing that was once very blue is turning slowly but surely gray. My favorite World War I book is The Deluge by Adam Tooze. High-level viewpoint, but such rich in detail. The Deluge, okay. I might have to ask you about that later. I don't have as much time to read as I would like, but I love reading history books. Especially when it, like, approaches different viewpoints that I might have never considered. Because I love having my viewpoints challenged intelligently. No, that's not intelligent. I find devil's advocate to be very infuriating. Get a Bubby. And now it is gray. And we're just gonna drag it down a little bit just to make those transition lines work a little better. There will be a lot of weathering on this, so even if it's not perfect on the transition lines, some of it's going to get covered by dirt. So I guess the other thing that we want to paint here, probably just go straight for the cloak, because that's going to be big. He's got a little shrine on his back, which is weird, but, you know, whatever. Everybody's got a thing. Well, I'm surprised that you wanted me to paint this then, Chris. Given your predilection. Alright, and something I've learned, especially much more recently, is if you want a good, rich red, you actually want to paint it brown, which is not quite what you would expect. It's similar to the concept of painting it purple, which is also a very good color to get a kind of a deeper red. But painting something a dark red actually really doesn't work, I find. At least if you're using it for a brighter red. That's not a pirate, you silly Billy. That's a gun mage. This is a Trench Crusade model, yes. It's a sniper cleric. You see, I think the human part of Trench Crusade is pretty good, in my opinion. But once you start getting into like demons and stuff, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Probably a Jesuit, these guys. Out to exotic. I actually don't know what is going on with all the different denominations. Because I think even in the talk, they say that a lot of the things that happen to the Christian faith don't happen because of the fact that hell literally exists. So, like, the reform from Martin Luther, like, Martin Luther technically still happens, but instead of dividing the church, he creates, like, a weapons... I don't want to say weapons, that's probably not the right way, but it's like a research division of the Catholic Church or something. I think that was him. And so you can get models from his particular order of Christianity where they do research and stuff. I saw that. Barf. And they also said that like America doesn't get colonized by the Europeans because of the fact that they don't have the ability to leave. So like the Native Americans of the North American area actually are like still there. Can't hear you. Is he dying of old age? This lore seems to be written by someone who knows very little on things ecclesiastical. So, actually, it's funny you say that, because even when we were talking, or when I say we, when they were doing the presentation, they did say that they were doing as much research into this stuff as they possibly could. But they said, you know, that there was just a lot. I think you would have found the presentation kind of interesting. Like, unless they were faking it real well, to me it seemed like they were doing their best to be as respectful as possible. I don't think that they're, like, I don't think they're going out of their way to, like, make fun of a religion. Although, you're not accusing them of making fun of their religion, but, I think they do their best to try and keep it as, like, in the lines as possible. Well, you may not agree. You know, like I said, I at least find it kind of interesting. Alright, I think we're just going to be stippling until the end of the stream.
Uh-oh, Carl. Here comes your first buddy now.
What's up, guy? Whoa, 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 Chief. How about you watch where you're walking here?
How about you pay attention to where you're standing, asshole?
That one's perfect, mate. Perfect for Tim. Now, I don't think it would be a very wise idea to wear a red field cloak for anybody who wants to be a sniper, I guess. You probably want it to be green or brown. But, you know, when God gets involved, you gotta make some exceptions.
How many people in the Twitch chat thought that the best Marvel movie was Black Widow? We have 17 viewers. Wow, and only T-Hill talking? Where are the rest of you? Do you guys have any opinions? Please tell me what you think about the Black Widow movie.
No, I got new redeems in there. I don't know what that is. I can't see it. But, you know, if you're ever in that position where you are painting something historical and you don't know what color to paint it brown. Because it's going to be brown or green, or a green with some kind of brown base to it. Sure. Yeah. The size of that scope. Scope is huge. Is this a Lee? I don't know. That's a pretty big bolt. Is this? I don't know. I can't tell if this is like supposed to be a Lee Enfield or supposed to be like a Mosin Nagant. I feel because the Mosin Nagant had more of a wooden stock. And the Lee Enfield, yeah, was also mostly a wooden stock. Okay, actually this looks kind of familiar. Other than the crosses and stuff. And then Russian speaking, blah 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 blah. This is a Mauser. I don't know. It's weird. The gun stock doesn't usually go that far. So like this wooden stock here is a little weird. Because this makes me think it's a Mosin. But then you have an exposed gun barrel up here on top. Which I guess I'm going to paint black. Obviously this is a fictional setting, so this might just be some made up gun from that God made or whatever, but it's interesting. Because obviously with World War I being what it is now, we're not fighting the Germans, obviously, because they're part of Christianity. Alright. Now I think we're going to stipple until stream's over because it was too wet. We're going to keep going for about 15 minutes. Again, guys, thank you very much for making a pretty bomb stream. What I'm most excited for is eating. Yeah, please. I don't think I have much choice. Just put the pizza in. Because what is the when you look at the thing, what is the recommended cook time on that thing? I want to say it's 24. So, no, there's no way. 19's lower end. Because it's whatever unit it is, it's like, it's either 20 something. So, I usually put it in for like 29. Yeah, you open it up, yeah, you open it up and down a couple times. Oh, Chris, did you see the redeem I put in there for you? I put it and take it from me. I should paint this a different color. Maybe we'll make that a white. Really dirty white. It's in the bits one. I'll play it just so you can see it.
Halt! Sir, you can't enter the United Nations with that weapon.
It's all right, soldier. Mr. Sampson is my bodyguard.
Just the same, Doctor. No weapons allowed. I'll have to confiscate it.
Go ahead. Take it from me.
This sounds amazing. Dude, you put it for 29. Okay, I might come up. I'm done in like 9 minutes. Yeah, yeah, it's just like he starts sweating. Yeah. Ooh. That's the thing that I don't think people remember is that friggin' the sound in the background that's like. Like I remember talking to people about that particular scene before, and I mentioned that, and nobody has any idea what I'm talking about. I'm like, how do you? That's like the creepiest noise. But there you go, it's in there. because I have a limited number of space. I have a limited space for things I can use channel points for, and some of the ones in there I think I have to leave in there for Tim. But it is there. No matter what we do, we can only have 10 channel point redeems. So do I have to buy bits? Yeah, I think so. It's not that expensive. It's like, what? Like a penny? It's like you take away 2 zeros, right? Or you add 2 zeros, or whatever way you want to look at it. Like a penny is like 100 bits or something like that. So what I did for a long time is I just spent 20 bucks like a month or something like that. And I'm gonna put in some more Venture Brother redeems probably tomorrow. So I got Shore Leave on the list. I'll probably put some Monarch and Mrs. Monarch stuff in there. Yeah. Hey man, I get it. I really do. Well, I mean, you don't have to. I'm sure you'll see it every once in a while. You just know it's there now. But I should start wrapping, so I can go talk to Kara before she goes to bed. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm Dr. D. Hopefully you know who we are by now. But if not, we're Professional Casual. And if you want to help us out, go to the Patreon, where you can sign up at any of the tiers to help us out. But the $5 tiers are where I think the value is, personally. Just because you get access to all of the live play stuff and all the little extra weird stuff we do in the background. You get access to the Discord, yada yada, and just, you know, you really do help us out. And if you want to help me out specifically, as well as the network, signing up for the Digital Nomad tier means that more of the percentage is sent my way, just so I can pay for all the stuff, like Twitch is one thing. Paying for all the little weird little things we use for redeems and, you know, more stuff like that. So, if you are interested, that's the place to be. And, of course, you can message me. I'm Dr.D, Dr.D. If you send me a message of some kind, as long as it's on Twitch, or as long as it's on Discord, I'll probably respond fairly quickly. And if there's anything that you are curious about, if you want us to do an episode of Arachne on any particular subject, or anything like that, any particular thing from maybe one of the other sub shows that we're doing for Arachne, yeah, reach out. I'm more than willing. We've definitely done a couple episodes inspired by people asking about stuff. Like the Bushido episode was specifically a Twitch. Someone on Twitch asked, and he really appreciated it. So keep that in mind. And guys, thank you very much for joining me. Of course, if you want to help out the network even more, you could buy Monument Hobby paints. Use the code Professional Casual. That helps us out. And you can buy Baron of Dice with the code Arachne. There's some new Blood and Plunder dice, if you're so interested. Which they look good. A couple of them, I think there are some that are better looking than others, but I think overall they're a win. I think they all look pretty good in some way or another. I don't know, the British ones, I was expecting the British ones to be a little bit more colorful, I think. Maybe I'll talk to them. Because I was expecting them to be like red and blue, kind of like Union Jack colors. Maybe we can talk to them. Maybe we can get, but, yeah, that's where you can go. The Baron's a pretty nice guy, so, you know, if you ever want anything, it's a good guy, good place to go. So yeah, guys, thank you. Yeah, this was a phenomenal stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I should be back tomorrow. The only thing that might slow me down is if the house viewing thing goes long for some reason. I don't think it will, but you never know. And I'll be back and report back what's going on with that. I suspect that at some point I'm gonna have like a list of just stuff I need to sell because we're gonna be moving, and I would like to get rid of just a lot of stuff. I definitely have some stuff I would like to get rid of in this move. That maybe somebody can enjoy. Like, I know I have some conquest stuff I know I need to just offload, and just lots of little doodads here and there, and I'm sure some people around here would probably really be happy to get their hands on something like that. But that, if you're interested in any of that, like if you're curious what I got, email or message me, and I'll tell you what I got. I got 40k stuff. I know that. I got a lot of Dark Elbow. And potentially some Sisters of Battle. Not that I don't enjoy the models, I think they're great, but I just gotta do it. I gotta do it. Nice dark red. I like that. I think that's gonna work. And then I think I'm gonna make that thing on his back a white cloth to make it like have some like symbolic purpose, you know. But anyway, tomorrow we will definitely be painting Blood and Plunder because it's Blood and Plunder Day. So be excited, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, dude, the purge is real. I guess we should raid. Yeah, guys, I really do appreciate you hanging out. It's been a great time.
Really good.
What do we got going?
Insane.
Let's give this guy a shot. Let's go check some out. When you go over there, make sure you give them the big old Dr.D welcome. Go check some. Tell them that we are the ones. We are the stream. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Wonderful Monday. It's gonna be hot as butts. I'll see you guys.